Say on streets.
Our streets.
Say on streets. And main it.
Right.
Main it. Whose streets?
Our streets.
Word on the beat, word on the beat, word on the beat.
Time after time after time after time after time after time after
What up? Y'all tuned in to another episode of Ends Podcast. This episode, man, we keeping it straight with the knowledge. We're going to be talking about what is influencer marketing and how is it beneficial in today's day and age, especially when you want to talk about social media, you feel me, sliding in them DMs. And when it come down to just understanding, man, what everybody calls the millennials in the new day and age of how media is being digested. Man, since the rise of social media, it has created so much more value in influence marketing. And when you start thinking about it, everybody know what influence is, like popularity, stuff like that. The cool kid, I don't know, whatever the hell y'all call it, wherever, wherever you from. But at the end of the day, it's like when people be talking about like Instagram models and things of that nature, that's when you start thinking about influence. When somebody take a picture and they get 300 likes, they have an influence. But then that also means that their influence is bringing awareness. Now, because of social media, it's like more people can tap into, bigger audiences, things of that nature, and they can also connect to people on different levels. Now, when they connecting, you feel me, and the way they connect and how they connect and what they connecting in. And when I mean by connecting, I mean like, say, if they post a picture like, this is where I'm at, they basically like promoting like this is where I'm at. So if somebody hold them credible to something, they gonna look like, oh shit, I just seen them at the brand new soul food opening, for example. Like, you just saying just a generic restaurant name. I just seen them at the brand new soul food opening. Dang, that junk look fire. Let me go ahead and go try that out. Hey man, y'all trying to go slide there? Like, that's like the power of influence. Or you might see somebody take a picture with something on, you might be like, like, how the fuck you find those Jordans, or where you find that at? Oh, I got these from kicksonfire.com. I don't know. That was a website from back in the day, but but just naming, just using them for example. Like, basically, the power they influence created that funnel for either traffic or even for a sale. But it's really going more in depth. So we're gonna go more in depth with the definition of what is like influence marketing. Influence marketing is a form of social media marketing that involves endorsements and product placements from influencers, people, and organizations who poses as an expert of knowledge and social influence in their respective fields. So this don't always mean like popularity. I mean, it does to a certain extent, but it also means like you don't necessarily have to be on Instagram posting pictures. You could be YouTube. It can even be blogging, even things like that, because all forms of media creates some type of form of digestion. So some people might be reading it, they might be looking at it, they might be hearing it, but they might be, seeing it. It just going back into all those different factors that these are ways that your product can be placed in. Like, for example, this podcast. When we start off the podcast, we say, what up, it's your boy Baz, y'all tuned in to Ends Podcast. And then at some point we could have said like, oh, y'all tuned in to Ends Podcast, sponsored by such and such, such and such. That means every listener that started off listening to this podcast just heard y'all brand name, and now they more aware of it. And they're like, oh, dang, they messing with Ends Podcast. And like, then the influence of Ends Podcast kind of weigh on that consumer's decision, in a sense, because now they looking at us like, if we attach our name to it, we must be rocking with them in some type of form or fashion, or they must support. They might want us to just support because you support us. But it's just understanding that. And that's how it works. But it's thinking of it on a more grand scale. Like, let's go bigger with it. Music artists do it all the time. They shouting out all these different brands in their rap songs. They taking pictures of it. All these different designers on. You got to understand what that is. That's also influence marketing. When you seeing all these workout videos and you seeing them put their pre-workout, like just making a pre-workout or making a protein shake before they go work out, or the shirt they might be wearing got a brand on it, that's influence marketing too, because in some type of way they got that influence. Well, I ain't gonna say they got that influence, but they attracting that market, whatever that market may be. Sometimes that market may be, fitness, or that market may be fashion, or that market may be cars. It might just be a car guy. He might just be documenting his whole process of fixing up his car. So now people are tuned in, they interested. They like, oh man, like, thank you for giving me this tip on how to fix my car.